Hey guys, welcome back to the Lotus SMP. It's been a long time since we've done a video on here. If you've not been watching streams, or if you're not a stream watcher, or if I stream at a time where you can't watch, let me know that in the comments. I guess that's actually really useful info for me. Yeah, I have been busy on here on stream. There was a lot of work I had to do, as is probably evident by the video thumbnail and the title. But if you haven't seen streams, I never showed Christmas stuff, I don't think, on video. I think my last video was before Christmas, before we even started the Christmas district, maybe. So, yeah, I just quick look around. There's a lot. I mean, if you've watched anyone else on Lotus, you have definitely seen all this stuff. We even had this big stream day where we did a bunch of things. We had the Christmas event, which I didn't record any of, but I did attend. But I was on my break from Minecraft. This was Maddie's thing with the Secret Santa. The inside is really awesome. All the copper golems have they're all frozen now. That's a shame. But there's so much movement and stuff in here. We have like all the bridges and stuff. We've got snowmen building competition thing. We've got all these animals everywhere and stuff. So cute. I really like these ones. Tiny little deer. That's so cool. We've got custom trees, which Fozy did, I believe. We've got this present parkour thing that goes up to Santa's sleigh. I need to do that at some point. Daisy built this. This is Chespi's game. Seaman's train thing. Seaman's Hatsune Miku. Yeah, there's a lot of collaborative building to get a lot of this stuff made. I'm just gonna peek in here. I have seen in here before. Well, I've not played it yet. Just wanted to show some of it off. This is similar to the Seaman's game in the Halloween district, a Christmas version that Chespi made. Gribbly made the town hall over here. I'm not sure, was this also Gribbly? I don't know who made this. It's like a camper van thing. This is Slip's thing, and Slip's, I don't know what this is, snowman. And then we've also got Maddie's snowball fight arena over here, which is awesome. Our team didn't win, but it was a good time. And then in the center, not as big a Christmas tree as last year. Thank God. But we've got, I can't remember who built what here. I'm pretty sure this might be Dan, because Dan was selling cookies in here. And I think this was Dan, because he showed it in his video. I'm not sure who did this. Was this Morg, maybe? Someone built this. Someone else, I think. I can't remember who did the snow globe. Don't know who did the present, but Pug's got his map art that he did in there. So maybe it was Pug. But then over here, oh, this was Dan as well. Wait a minute. Shouldn't there be more buildings around here? Pretty sure. I think I built this, maybe. Did I build this? I can't remember. Well, I helped build it. There's a bunch of schematics and stuff for like filling out the Christmas village. I think I helped make this, and there's meant to be more buildings on here. That's why this is so plain and flat. There's meant to be more buildings. Anyway, when we did the stream day, I built this thing, kind of on the fly, and kind of invoking the build style we did last season, but instead of quartz and mangrove, we did the kind of what was meant to be a little gingerbread village sort of palette. Unfortunately, there's no other gingerbread houses. I guess we've got Maddie's as well. But yeah, this thing. Let's get through this real quick before before the sun sets. This thing took me like all day to build on the stream day. And I said that I was going to show it off. I don't think I ever did show it off again when it was finished. There's little icicles and stuff, bits of snow drippage, lots of candles, lots of snow, lots of use of the snow layers as well. But then we've also got Pug's map art that he did, which is really cool. So we've got all these little Christmas lights and things. Did I show this side? There we go. More stuff. And then inside, it's been cleaned up quite a lot. But it was full of shulker boxes. We've got chests and barrels and stuff all over the place. This was our storage room with all the build materials for building the Christmas district. And there's Snowball. It's the cat that we got on stream day because Chespy kept getting blown up by creepers. And then here's the squad that streamed on stream day. And the stream torch. And then upstairs there's just more storage up there. But yeah, Christmas district. I did have a lot of fun with this, even though I was on break. Right, I'm gonna sleep, and then I'm gonna go somewhere else before we get back to the base. So, again, if you haven't watched streams, maybe you don't know, I'm still working on the Halloween plushies. We've got like a trick or treat thing that you can do and get candy, and then you spend the candy in this vending machine here, and you get plushies out of it. There's still 2 plushies I don't have, and I can't quite do an extra one, so I'm going to turn all these in and see what I get. I'm not even going to look until I've spent all my candy. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, man. All duplicates. I'm surprised they got 3 Gribblies. That's new. Usually, the most common ones are Chespy, Seaman, and Fozy. But oh man, I must have got like 100 of these things now, and there's still 2 I don't have. It's crazy. Currently got 118, I think, if I added that up right. And I've given away a bunch as well, so easily 120, 125. No, more than that probably, because I gave some to Maddie recently on stream as well. Ugh. Oh well. Right. I haven't turned around yet, but we're here. We're at the base. It's done. The the process took maybe 25 hours plus on stream. If I add up all the flashback recordings, it was a big thing, and finished it last week, I think, as I'm recording this on stream, maybe the week before. And yeah, it's time to have a look around and maybe talk about some of this stuff. But first, you're gonna watch me build it. So yeah, maybe grab a snack, grab a drink. It's probably going to be a long time out because 25 hours. So yeah, here we go. I'll see you when we're done. I can't believe this is all done already. We still got so much of the season left. And, I mean, to be fair, there's still tons of stuff that I've got to do around here. But kind of the centerpiece of the base is complete. Stuff I've still got to do. Still got to do a lot of terraforming around here. And there's all this stuff that's a bit ugly, unfinished. Overhanging dirt stuff. I've got to bring the road out here. I'm going to turn the nether portal around sideways, so when you step out of it, you'll come out this way, and then you can look to the left, and then, oh, there's the base, or whatever. Or you come out facing that way, and you see all the other stuff. I also want to redo a bunch of the terraforming around the edges, around this mountain area. I think I can do a better job of this, and some of it's a bit too noisy. So, yeah, we can work on that. And then there's just, I want to make the area a bit more overgrown anyway. Like, it's a lot of big, flat, open, green space at the moment. There'll be hopefully some custom trees and stuff. Stuff that will fit with the whole overgrown nature of stuff. First thing I think, though, is I need to do a road. I need to do a proper road system. Got the bit of road here, which it just fades out because I hadn't figured out what I was going to do yet. And then round the back, we've got, this is where road is going to be as well. I want to bring this down here, maybe loop around and go all the way around this way. Come up through here. We've got what will be road here. I need to swap out the build palette here. A bit more road here. All coming around this way. Join up to the road. Boom, out this way. Probably over the ravine as well. And then maybe it'll fade out into the trees. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll keep going and suggest some sort of loop around here so that this bridge actually links up to something. And then over here as well, it's got to join up to. And this. But yeah, that's the stuff that's kind of next up. But we're here to look at this. So, I mean, it's a bit big. So I said this on stream a bunch, but originally the build only came up to this bit. These bits here were all added because I saw the size of Maddie's builds for her city this season in her creative world. I was like, okay, none of my base is going to be that big. Let's add a bit extra. So yeah, this whole bit is all surplus. In fact, here are some screenshots of the base in development. You'll notice in the final piece, that's when that thing got added. So I've had a lot of this kind of worked out for a long time. The thing that's taken so long in designing it is I had to go and texture the whole base. I'm still working out the interior. So there's a bunch of rooms and stuff in there that just don't link up currently. And you have to go outside the base to kind of get to the other parts of it. That needs to be fixed. But inside, we've got the storage room. The only thing that's really changed is I added this barrel just to keep all these in. But the only thing that's changed in here really is, got this. I'll get rid of this now. This was just to keep the storage room safe while I was building the back. But then let me know what you think of this. I think this is not how I envisioned it in my head. But there's like this is all like makeshift storage room, right? Like lore-wise, me as the player this season, I've come in and like found the abandoned sci-fi structure and I've repurposed this room to be a storage room. And in the corner, I've just got my bed and a little tent. But I think the tent looks terrible. It doesn't look how I hoped it would. There's my little bed for now. The only other thing that's changed is I've cut the dirt down that was back here to kind of block off this area because I built it now. So yeah, clearly still needs to. I know what I'm going to put in here, I think, but I don't know what all these rooms are going to be. They're not even like walled off because I don't know yet. This looks onto the outside if you look through the grates. Yeah, I'm not used to this view actually. That's interesting. What about back here? This, I've got some little conveyor belt type things that lead to the outside. One of them is even like boarded up because it's broken. This is to this little building on the back. So, okay, let's have a quick look at the back, because we built a lot of the ground layout kind of in the last episode. I think I built up to like this bit, maybe around here. This might have been open still. So yeah, that was the initial build. And then, yeah, we've added on the other, 80% of the building, maybe? I don't know. So we have the front, that was here already. We've got these two sort of, I don't know, these would have been like entrance halls, like foyers. I've actually, in here, I'm keeping my llamas in here. It's Sprinkles. Met him on stream. Met Ketchup on stream. And then I've just added Fanta recently. But yeah, the couple of things in here that I've added. Finally got the vending machine in with the cookies that Dan left for us. Chesby made this custom texture for me. And he put all these little vines and stuff on there to make it look overgrown, which I think was very nice of him, because it fits the base this season. And then over here in this corner, we've got the memorial to Fizzy. If you know, you know. Right. So ignore the dirt. But yeah, anyway, we've got these entrance halls. These were like reception areas, maybe. Not the reception area, but like a receiving area, like a waiting room sort of thing. My plan is to have like a bunch of chairs and benches and stuff in here. And a bunch of plants and things which have maybe overgrown a bit. They've just got out of hand. Vending machine. I might stick another vending machine in here, maybe. And then same with this side. But on this side, we do have this door, which maybe was like a cargo drop-off point or something. No, big door to bring big stuff into the base through here. So maybe there'll be like a little checkpoint or something for bringing stuff in. Then if we go around this way, this is going to be there's going to be like a big vehicle here at some point, run down and abandoned. But we've got sort of this open access into the base here. And then this little room, this will probably have another smaller vehicle out here, or maybe inside. Or maybe probably not inside, but it'll be like the little workstation for working on vehicles. That's my plan. Here's the kind of other reception area. This is literally going to be, there'll be like a receptionist desk in here, maybe. In here, we'll have, I think my plan was to do like power batteries in here. Oh, fresh animations bugging out a bit. Fantastic. We've got the tower bit as well. We'll come back to that. That goes into that reception area. Here's where the power cable comes in from the power station. We've seen that before. And around the back, we'll come back to this bit. But here there's another kind of vehicle intake bit. Inside it's just kind of empty. There's like a little path here to get maybe a back entrance for more cargo to go in here, or maybe shipping stuff out. Who knows? There's that. Over here, there's more buildings. There's another big door. Don't know what this is for. Where does this go even? I don't know. More access, whatever. Overgrown as hell. Don't know what this is, but I like this little detail with the pistons on the sides. That's like a shape that's you don't see much, right? I feel like. I don't know. Here's those conveyor belt things. This one's boarded up and broken and whatever. Maybe this is for like trash to come out, and then maybe we'll have like another little vehicle out here, maybe, that picks up the stuff, and then that's something that the road is used for, to get rid of things. And then yeah, just more stuff over here. And then we get around to this entrance into the base, the repurposed room, which is now stables. Need to still bring some more More animals over. Yeah, that's the lowest level of the base. If we go up a little bit, got a little defense turret up here. We might add some more of these. I guess I should say, kind of one of my things with this base is that it was probably reconstructed out of like the whatever spaceship or whatever that arrived here so that they could study this place. Some of it's had to be built on site, which is what these bits are about. But I think if you look at like this bit in particular, that kind of, maybe it looks like the main drive thruster thing, but like facing down into the ground. Maybe I don't know. I feel like you can see bits of it that look like it would be pieces of a spaceship, and then this bit looks like this, but from far away and like out of the corner of your eye. Maybe when I'm moving around, it kind of looks like a pug, right? Looks like a pug's face. Notice that on stream. Anyway, so we've got these bits. These bits here, the spruce and copper bit, and this bit is all like stone, and these bits are kind of extra parts to the base where they needed to add more stuff to the base. It wasn't fulfilling all the needs of whoever manned this station, whoever was researching here. So they added these extra builds on. That's where they're like starkly different build palettes to the rest of the base. I really like how detailed this is, and I like the extra color that it adds to the base, because otherwise it's all just white and grey for the most part. We've got a lot of like little gadgets and stuff, and lots of pipes and things, like all these little bits. This bit down here, I can't remember what I was going to do in here. Oh no, I might need to, if anyone from stream can remember what I was thinking about putting in here, if I even said it aloud, please let me know. I've forgotten. That's worrying. Yeah, I like all these little bits, all these little colors and things in here, all these little overgrown bits, all the little overhanging carpet. Thank you, Vanilla Tweaks. Adding these, kind of making new blocks with it. I really like that. It's one of my favorite Vanilla Tweaks things. Here's that little courtyard. I don't know if that's meant to be bright orange still. But then we've got this bit. Don't know what this is meant to be yet, because I haven't figured out what the rooms inside are going to be. But I feel like these additional parts are maybe going to be crew quarters or whatever, like habitation areas maybe, or like hangout spots, something recreational maybe. And then the parts of the old ship, the more sci-fi parts, are being repurposed for actual like research and whatnot. Got all these little corridors and rooms and things. I need to come up with reasons for them. That's kind of what stalled me in getting any progress done with this. Was like, I need to know what everything is before I build it. Otherwise, I don't know. Like the texturing on a part of the building might change depending on what's inside. But now I'm like forced into it, so I guess that can then dictate what might be inside instead of the other way around. Okay, I actually just had a break for food. I had a steak, and stuff spawned here apparently. Right, so next bit, we've got these big platforms. I think that's where I'm up to. Oh yeah, and also excuse the torch spam. A lot of stuff I haven't figured out what's going to go there yet. Like what's going to go out on this platform, for instance. What's going to go in these rooms here. So there's a lot of torch spam still, just to keep stuff lit up. But yeah, big platform. Don't know what's going out here, but I think it's cool to have some sort of big open area to just open to the elements. Maybe we could put some experiments out here, maybe some telescopes or something. So we've got access to this building. We've got other access to this building. Maybe we've got to have something here in order to make it purposeful to have an extra door that goes into this place. And if we follow these little stairs up here, we've got another big area, but this one's a bit more sheltered. Got this other sort of more formal bit, maybe Another entrance hall type thing. I don't know, maybe there's offices here or something. Who knows? I do like this kind of this big glass window thing here though. When we figure out what's going inside, I think this makes for some cool, like, what would be big natural light source thing, if that's how light worked in Minecraft. Got the cats dotted around. One of the things I'm trying to do with this is kind of like Red Dwarf, where the cat that got snuck on board over however many million years evolved into a humanoid. Not taking it that far, but in the time since this place got abandoned, the cats were left behind and they've kind of just taken over the place. So there's going to be cats everywhere. That's why there's cats everywhere. So we've got this thing. I don't know, trying to do flat texturing that looks 3D from a distance. I don't know how much I've accomplished that, but that's what this is meant to be. Just random sci-fi bits, just random detailing to kind of look like gadgets and stuff, equipment, whatnot, vents and things. Ooh, it's raining. Great. More pipes. Most of the pipes as well. Most of them. You can follow them through the base. So we'll demonstrate with the power cable, right? So this does actually come from the power station through the mountain. You can follow it. Boom. Goes all the way through the mountain, all the way through the facility that we have in here. It's even accounted for in this big cave thing, which you can see from certain parts of this underground bit. Comes all the way through. Right. Then it splits into these power cables. Right, let's just follow the orange one. So this one goes through the wool farm and into here. This then goes into the room adjacent to the storage room. And then it goes up through the ceiling, through here, into this bit of the build, up through here. Oh, and it kind of stops. I guess I didn't know where to take it from here. Or maybe this is where it just goes here. These ones end up here. In whatever these transmitters are, whatever, I don't know. Communicating to space, maybe. This is where the distress beacon is. And I do actually think I want my bedroom in the base to be up here. So maybe this is like, oh, I came to answer the signal and then set up shop in here. And then got to repurposing the storage room down the bottom. So, yeah. These ones. Pipes. Follow them in here. These ones go through the base into here. This one goes out and then up into here. Power generation in here or something. I don't know. Something to do with it in here. Then this one just takes a different route. And then ends up, boom, in the same place. So maybe at some point I need to do offshoots from these into different rooms and things. That would make sense. I did mention we've got the tower thing here. Don't quite know what I'm going to do here, but we do have this cool little walkway between the main building and kind of the upstairs of here. We've got all these more little detail bits. Do quite like this in the middle bit between the two white bits. All these little, I don't know, levels of just depth and stuff in here. And the odd bit of shading. A couple of places I've got this sort of thing, which I've kind of copied from over here, where we did it on the power station. Certain places where it's more weathered. Here we've done it with a bit more sort of boarding up the gap, reinforcing it with the fences. We've got it here, and we've got it over here as well. It's growing out a bit more, I guess, on this one. Yeah, I really like that, especially from afar, where you can't quite see that they're leaf blocks, maybe. Looks pretty cool. We've got more overgrowth. Got this sort of, I didn't point this out before, but we've got this sort of like living roof stuff over here, which maybe was a bit more of a controlled space for maybe relaxation or something for the people that worked and lived here. Maybe it was a bit more controlled in terms of biome from home, wherever they've come from. Then we've around the back here, we've got this thing. I don't know what this is, but in all the sort of reference images, which we'll look at in a sec, actually, there's all the like colored banding on the buildings, which I've tried to replicate in a few places. Look who it is. While building all this stuff, I must have had like 30 of these groups show up. Ridiculous. Sometimes it was like 2 or 3 at a time, which I didn't know could happen, which is kind of crazy. This bit I figured might be a mooring spot for Happycast. I don't quite know how that's going to work because I haven't figured out. There's not even access to this little room up here yet, but I think that's what I want this to be. So maybe we cut into here and have a doorway or something, or maybe we replace the window and make it a door. That's what that's probably going to be. What else do we have up here? Some more antennas. This actually is where those things terminate. So maybe this is more, I don't know. Maybe these aren't power cables. Maybe these are data cables. And it gets transmitted here and transmitted up here and stuff. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Got some ventilation in here. Got more overgrowth. Got more details in the back. We've got that thing that looks like a pug from a distance. And here's one of the details that I really wanted to point out, actually, now that I've just seen it. Where were we looking here? So we've got these big grey bits, these cyan terracotta bits. This is the stuff that I feel like is the hardest for me to texture, because we don't have quite enough, I don't think, of a close relationship between the colours that I've used here. I mean, it works, right? It works to a degree, but it looks patchy rather than a gradient. Like the white bits do as well, I guess. Like the I don't know if it's the right term, but the color tone, the temperature between here and here are they're quite drastic. But not as much from here to here, right? There's like grey in here. There's grey in here. So there's closer relation. Anyway, so here's a bit that I really liked on this bit was it's kind of flat and featureless. Just the shape is what's interesting about these bits, I guess. So in terms of texturing, I figured this is just like one long bit of flat surface. Anytime it rained, the water would just like dribble down and collect on the corner. And maybe these, in reality, this line here wouldn't necessarily be flat. It would be concave a little bit, so that the water would kind of collect in the corner and drip off. Maybe, and maybe even it would be collected here. Maybe we'll turn this light into a water collection point, and then it can be recycled and treated and stuff. Anyway, I figure this has been here so long now, kind of unused, abandoned. It's all just got mossy on the corner. Sparse, mossy bits this high up. I figured these bits, this is where the water would drip down and collect. But these bits are like meant to be slanted and stuff. So the water wouldn't necessarily collect up here. Maybe it's too cold up here, this high up, to where the water would just freeze or something. Instead of like generate moss and stuff. Same in these bits. Maybe the water would collect in here, so I put the moss carpets in. Same here, water dripping off the top bit, collecting on the bottom. And then at the top, we've got this big glass dome. I don't know for the life of me what I'm going to do in here yet. Maybe this will be a big reactor core thing. that'll be dormant because it's for space travel. And that's why we've got the power station down here to power the base kind of terrestrially. But then we've got this building. We kind of skipped over this a little bit. So this is probably going to be where I live out of the base. We've got a little landing pad up here, so I can go straight into this room. These holes are going to be for bubble columns. If I can figure out how I want to do that. I do. Another cat. Hello. I need to bring it down one more level down to here, because otherwise there's actually no access to this level without flying. Or maybe we even get a bit wacky and do some ladders or something with wooden pillars scaffolding up the middle, just to make it a bit more like, oh, maybe there was some other way to get up there before, but now that I've come and reclaimed this building that is abandoned, maybe that's just how I have to get up there. But yeah, we've got, this was, for the longest time, this is probably the bit that gave me the most grief. It was just grey and featureless and flat, besides the shape of it, right? Just flat colour, just this all over. So I had to get a bit creative with it. I'll show you the reference images, and there's a lot of detail, but it's detail that's kind of difficult and not feasible to do in Minecraft. Some of this I've just taken liberties and come up with stuff, or I've reused concepts that I've done in other parts of the base. Like, I think some of this sort of stuff is stuff from the power station, like this sort of thing. I threw on some of the coloured pipes to kind of marry it into the rest of the building. Yeah, that's kind of, oh, hello. That's kind of it for the outside. I did say I've got some of the inside done. So let's start over here, because this is kind of where it takes, this is kind of where it all happens. So in fact, it does kind of all happen here, but there's another instance of the rooms don't link up yet, so hold on. We start up here. Right. So we've got these doors which lead inside. Excuse all the string. This is going to be a feature. It's most noticeable here because the ceiling's so short, but where I've textured, this is unavoidable because it's part of the roof and the ceiling at the same time. So this bit's unavoidable, but yeah, we've got all these corridors here. This is that tower. I came up here. Did I come up here already, or did I just fly through here? This, I don't know what's going to be in here. Some sort of surveying room, maybe. I don't know. Put some computers up against that back wall. Here's that walkway. If we go back down, we've got all these corridors here. We've got a big room here. I think I know what I want to do in here. No spoilers yet, though. We follow this corridor round, and we're at the back of the base over here. Here's this building. Boom. And there is a room above, which I think is inaccessible. Oh no. That's the roof, which is not inaccessible. We'll get there, we'll get there. I can't remember what is and isn't accessible. This leads out onto here. Back in here. Then this part of the build. Got the one cat, which, bringing the cat over, it sat down on the railing here. I was like, okay, it's staying there. There's no way I'm going to accidentally get it to do that again. So, yeah, there's this area. We've got a ladder up here, which takes you to this level. You can see out this window. And then if we follow the ladder all the way up, it's just a little bit of extra thing up here. Could stick some seats up here. Nice view out the back. Maybe we can liven that up a little bit with some trees or something. Yeah, here we go. So then there's this bit. Oh, this is accessible. Okay, good. There's that outside bit. There's another room here. I think this is the bit that's inaccessible. Yeah, there's just an extra room here with nothing in it. But if we go this way, first off, is this, yeah. Got this area. This leads out onto these bits. And got this area. I think, yeah, I think I might stick another kind of reception desk here. And then maybe have some, like an open plan office area here, maybe? I don't know. Speaking of the office, got to go check out Maddie's recent video. Right, then if we go up one more level, I really like this room. I like the floor that I did. Here's the walkway between buildings. And then we come into here and we've got this, some sort of atrium area. Here's the big window. Do something with that. These bits are going to be, if you've seen in my single player world, did I do this last season on Lotus? I don't think I did it on Lotus last season, but I've done it a couple of times in my single player world. The kind of my version of Izuma's bubble elevator, which can stop on multiple levels. That's what I want to fit into these places. So there'll be a 2x2 mechanism for getting up here, and this is for coming back down. This is powdered snow under here, so you can just drop onto it. Here's another inaccessible room. Maybe like a security office. Got view out onto the atrium. What have we got in here? Oh, this is this building. This chunk of the build. Got some pipes here. Then I think we're in another instance of can't get up there. I need to go outside. So let's do that. Out. So we are going over here. Okay, so we'll start over here. This is the big tall window. Here's the little ledge. By the way, first stage of copper weathering next to the iron makes it look like it's rusted, don't you think? Can't remember what I saw that on. It was something on Instagram or Pinterest or something. And I'm using that liberally all over the base. Anyway, I like this little glass walkway. I think that's kind of cool. So there's that. Then we go through this door. Here's the bit overlooking the atrium. Pipes. Here's a room. Don't know what I'm doing with this. Goes up though. Got some random detail cabling in the corner. Missing a wall here. You can't see that from up here though. Then we get up here. Here's where that orange thing comes through, the big pipe. And then you come into this room, which is this bit. Don't know what I'm doing here either. There's that. This bit is right there. On the outside. Ooh, let's look at this weathering from the inside. So we'll go back down. Where are we? Here we are. There's what that looks like from inside. We looked out here already. And we go over this way. There's just the back bit out here. Oh, here's another thing I tried to do. I tried to hide a bunch of firefly bushes around the place. So just every now and then there'll just be like just kind of the atmospheric stuff of like, oh, the local wildlife, the local insect population has made this place its home now. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe it's just vibes. Who knows? But here's the tower. Here's that bit. And if we go... let's drop down, shall we? Okay, here's a bit with the cat. I do quite like the sides being open. I'll put some glass panes on the side. I like having the drop. It feels a bit more sci-fi to me somehow. What else we got? This area. This area. Here on the back, we've got this leads out onto this area. Here on the back, we've got the builds on the back. Here's some more, like, I didn't know what I'm doing yet. So here's just a makeshift staircase. But this is the little walkway that leads into this bit. Don't know what I'm doing with this yet. Ladder goes down into the bottom. Here's the bit that leads into storage room through there, and so on. Let's do that actually. So yeah, storage room. Here's this area, stables, so on. If we go this way, this door comes out through here. And over this way, this door goes through here. Wool farm, this door. Right, but if we go back this way, here is the ladder up into that one tower. Small tower. And this doorway leads under the different coloured kind of housing unit places. And then through here, this leads out into this bit. And I think that's everywhere so far. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot of linking up the rooms to do. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit of a maze. But hopefully once I've kind of built the pathways through properly, it'll all make a bit more sense. Hi guys, editing Drhakonis here. I forgot to record a little bit of me talking about this, the kind of mashup of Pinterest images and stuff that I found, Google searching and things. I found a bunch of stuff that I liked the look of and mashed it all together. And this, I mean, look at it, it's a mess. Hastily cut out bits of image and like everything's skewed and warped weird to kind of make it fit together, but it doesn't really, none of it really fits together. A lot of the perspective doesn't match up, but it was just a starting point. It was just a thing to get me going. So a lot of the base I can't really take credit for designing. It was all a lot of it probably AI generated images. I feel like that's the kind of the unfortunate thing about Pinterest now, is a ton of the stuff on there is just AI generated stuff. However, this is the kind of the aesthetic that I ended up with. But yeah, that's just I guess to show you what I did. Yeah, that's like, oh dear, where did that creeper come from? So rude. But yeah, that's the base, like, I don't know, in totality, maybe 75% finished. We've got a lot of interior to do, but maybe I can demonstrate this. A lot of this kind of stuff in here is not fully utilizing the space. Like here, there's a bunch of dead space in here where just pathways and stuff just didn't line up properly with the funky shape of the building. So we've got a bunch of dead space in here. It's not all being utilized. What else? Like here, look at all this space here. We could fit a whole other room here if it wasn't for how I've done the lighting in the wall farm. I think the next thing, while I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do inside, we're going to do more on the outside. We've got terraforming, got roads to do. all this sort of stuff. We've got things we could do with like the landscape and just vegetation and custom plants and trees and stuff. Got a lot of outdoor stuff still to do. Because now we've got it in, we've got the building done. It still kind of doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the area. Like the power station, I feel like does it much better. It is a much smaller building, but we've got so much kind of stuff growing up around the building to make it look like it's been here a long time. Over here, we've got a little bit, but the scale of it doesn't match that. Like if you look at it up close, it's like, yeah, if I look at it this close, it looks like the stuff's grown up around it. And around here, right, it's all like, yeah, it's starting to get overgrown here. But then you look at it on this scale, and it's like, oh, yeah, I guess. I think it's probably just the big open space is doing a lot of that. So, roads, terraforming, landscaping, vegetation, etc. I think that's the next step. It's pretty crazy. Like I keep moving further away to get the full view of it, but I guess the actual view is when you're walking around. It's like, oh, coming out of this scale building here. So I come out here. Oh, yeah, this is pretty big. Power station. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Pretty crazy. In fact, what does it look like from the bridge? I haven't looked at it from the bridge. This is one of those things that I always used to do last season. Now, I do it a lot in my single player world, but I haven't done it here yet this season. Is the views of walking around. So if we're on the bridge, what does it look like? Oh man. The fog settings that I use kind of put some scale into this. Oh, I've got Nautiluses. That's another thing that I've done on stream. Wait, I do have two, right? 1, 2, there we go. Went on an adventure with Fozy one day. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. So then, I guess if you're walking around at this scale, so yeah, that's pretty tall. I need some stuff in between this area and the building to put the scale of this in perspective. Because from here, it just looks like, yeah, it's a big chunk of building. But I feel like it doesn't really hit you how tall it is until you're under it and you can really see. So I want some, in my head I'm seeing maybe jungle trees, but I don't think I want all the vines. So maybe we do some custom trees, and instead of vines we do glowberries. That would give me a nice kind of excuse to use glowberries for lighting, some sort of natural light source. I don't want to line the road with lights. Maybe something simple like the lights that I did as like the little shield generator pylons down south, where I've got these sort of structures. Well, this structure, slightly different for the little home base by all the flower farms down there. Maybe we just do that, something simple like that to light up the road. But then, other than that, we could do some sort of vegetation that is itself light emitting. Okay, that's enough waffling from me. I've got lots left to do, and it's a lot of busy work again. A lot of grindy stuff, like doing all the terraforming over, doing all the roads. So I think my plan is to keep going with streaming the kind of the grind, doing the stuff. And then we'll come back in a few weeks, maybe another month or so, and do a little catch-up video and see where we've got, see what the progress is that we made. So yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. Please please, if you're interested at all in what I'm doing, please subscribe. I've got a special video coming out next week, a little bit of an announcement, a little bit of free stuff, actually. There's be some free stuff in there. Also, check the description. I've got my social links in there. If you want to keep posted that way, it's Discord as well. It's nighttime now. Right. If you wouldn't mind helping me out, maybe you could hit like on the video. And if you want to follow my journey here on the server or in my single player world or whatever I'm up to, maybe you could hit subscribe as well. And don't forget to check the description. Everyone else on the server is linked down there. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.